At this time, you see the driver turn around with a pistol in his left hand, firing over his right shoulder, and shoots the president directly in the head.
That's irrelevant footage. Good evening and welcome to We Lie to You News. After 62 years, the JFK files have been released by President Trump. Over 80,000 pages of very easy reading, to be exact. What are the secrets we've learned so far? Like, who orchestrated the assassination? Do we now have the answer to who pulled the trigger? And what's the real explanation behind the magic bullet? Is the CIA or Israel implicated? Well, in tonight's special JFK Files / the CIA and Israel are certainly innocent report, we'll tell you everything you need to know and also what questions are still unanswered. Starting with the bombshell, the now declassified files revealed there was a CIA consultant named Gary Underhill. The documents state that the day after the assassination, Underhill showed up at the home of friends, very agitated. And he told his friends a small clique within the CIA was responsible for the assassination. He also told his friends that he was afraid for his life. Underhill's friends say he was sober and report that he told them that the CIA clique that murdered the president did so because they were carrying on a lucrative racket in gun running, narcotics, and other contraband. 6 months later, he was found dead in his apartment, shot to death. Very surprisingly, it was ruled a suicide. However, the now declassified files go on to say the verdict of suicide is by no means convincing. How so? Well, Underhill was shot behind the left ear with an automatic pistol found under his left side. Odd, given that he was right-handed. However, Hillary Clinton and the Boeing executive team have weighed in on the matter and have stated, sure as hell sounds like a suicide to us. Now, does this newly revealed part of the Kennedy files prove that the CIA killed Kennedy? No. It just proves that the CIA covered up that a CIA consultant was telling people that a small clique within the CIA killed Kennedy, and also covered up that he was Epsteined. But why would the CIA cover all that up if they're innocent? Answer: probably because they just didn't want people to be sad. Next, we've learned that definitely lone gunman Lee Harvey Oswald was being closely tracked by the CIA for at least 59 days prior to the assassination. We also now learn that Jack Ruby, who killed Oswald once he was in police custody, had met with Oswald at a nightclub weeks before JFK was assassinated, according to a CIA memo. Does this prove the CIA is guilty? No. It just proves that the CIA didn't want you to know this for some reason because they've kept it classified for 62 years. For that matter, we've also learned that authorities were alerted in advance of Oswald being killed by Jack Ruby. If you put your thinking caps on for a moment, that either means that Jack Ruby alerted authorities himself, or it means that the FBI and CIA, who didn't investigate any ties to people that would be using Jack Ruby to silence Oswald, should have investigated further, but didn't for some reason. We also learned that a British newspaper received a tip that Kennedy would be killed 25 minutes before Kennedy was killed. And consider that the CIA's official report is that Oswald was a lone gunman. Period. So that means it must have been Oswald himself who contacted the British newspaper. Or it means that other people were in on it too, and the CIA's official report is wrong. The Kennedy files also have some rather intriguing mentions of Israel. And they also have the CIA with intriguing mentions to specifically not mention Israel, through stamped requests to specifically redact mentions of Israel. We also learned that Israeli intelligence was feeding CIA operatives intelligence. We also learned of a report where an arms dealer named Achirvira made a comment the day before the assassination. "We now have plenty of money. Our new backers are Jews, as soon as we or they take care of Kennedy." End quote. So what does this new information being exposed prove? Well, it proves that the CIA didn't want you to know any of this for 62 years. They still don't want you to know, but now you do. Also earning an honorable mention from the Kennedy files, in 1994, Joe Biden was called a traitor. That one withstands the test of time. These are the highlights of what we've learned so far from the JFK files being released. Now here are the questions we still don't have answers to. Who actually pulled the trigger? Was it Oswald? Or is Hillary Clinton forensics to be applied here, where we also rule JFK's death a suicide? Also, no explanation for the magic bullet from the lone gunman. Here's how we're told that works.
A single bullet caused 6 wounds while staying intact. But many argue that the bullet's trajectory is impossible. The angles just don't add up.
A bullet that defies the laws of physics causes 6 different wounds, doesn't even show the damage of a single wound, and is found on a hospital gurney after someone put it there. Is still the official narrative. That's it for tonight's special report on the release of the JFK files. Stay tuned for more breaking news that we've yet to obtain, because 80,000 very hard to read documents is a lot to get through and something I'm pretty unwilling to do. I'm basically just waiting for other people to post about what they find online, because this is real journalism. Good night. I live a stressful lifestyle, but it's all my fault. I'm not a victim. And to be honest with you, I'm probably not gonna change my ways because I love living a life of adventure, purpose, parenting, having fun, and being awake. So naturally, I'm always looking for ways to balance my body, feel more grounded, sleep better, and reduce my stress. So I'm excited to tell you about a couple of my favorite tools I use to accomplish just that. The first is the Bond Charge Infrared PEMF mat. It combines 2 powerful healing technologies to create the ultimate recovery tool. It generates pulsed electromagnetic frequencies that ground you in the Earth's natural magnetic field. And the red light and infrared light help reduce inflammation and speed muscle recovery. And to get the best results possible following my infrared PEMF mat session, I get in my Bond Charge Infrared Sauna Blanket. I love it because it helps me de-stress even further, relax better, sleep better, and helps me detoxify. Not that I have any toxic masculinity. If you don't want to be a victim of your stressful lifestyle, then check out the Bond Charge Infrared PEMF mat and the Infrared Sauna Blanket only at bondcharge.com/JP. And because you're a viewer of mine, be sure to use the discount code JP to get 15% off everything Bond Charge offers. Enjoy.